All right, let's break down the science behind one of the most destructive and honestly most confusing social emotions out there, envy. We're going to get into why it happens, how to spot it, and most importantly, what you can actually do about it. So let's just dive right in with a question that I'm sure you've asked yourself before. You know the feeling. You share some amazing news, something you've worked really hard for, and instead of a high five, you get, well, crickets, or even worse, a subtle jab. Why is it that some people see success and their first impulse isn't to celebrate, but to tear it down? Well, psychology has a very specific name for this: malicious envy. And it's not just, wanting what somebody else has. It's the actual pain you feel because they have it. That pain then often spills out as something called social undermining, which is really just a scientific way of saying sabotage. So, how do you actually spot this stuff in the wild? I mean, it's rarely obvious, right? Let's walk through some of the most common signs that researchers have identified so you can see them coming a mile away. Okay, the first category of behaviors is all about downplaying your achievement. They will do anything to avoid giving you credit. So you'll hear things like, "Oh, what's the big deal?" Or they'll chalk up your years of hard work to just dumb luck. Or, and this one's a classic, they'll even question your ethics, hinting that you must have cheated to get where you are. There's actually a fantastic term for this: tall poppy syndrome. I love this metaphor because it's so vivid. It's this deep-seated need some people have to cut down the highest achiever, just to make everyone else feel level. It is textbook malicious envy in action. Now, envious people almost never attack you directly. That would be way too obvious. Instead, their weapons of choice are gossip and rumors to chip away at your reputation. They become absolute masters of passive aggression. Those compliments that feel more like insults, and these tiny little microaggressions designed to make you second-guess yourself. And this is where envy gets really strategic. It's not just a feeling anymore. It becomes a series of deliberate actions. They might sabotage you by forgetting to give you key information. They might exclude you from meetings to make you invisible. The real endgame here is often to cut you off from your support system. Because let's face it, a successful person is a lot easier to attack when they're standing alone. But what is actually going on in their mind? Like, why are they doing this? It might seem chaotic, but it's not. There's a surprisingly simple and frankly predictable psychological process at work here. It's basically a 4-step chain reaction. Step 1, you succeed. Step 2, they don't see your success as an inspiration. They see it as a direct threat to them. Step 3, that perceived threat triggers the painful feeling of envy. And finally, step 4, to make that pain go away, they feel a powerful urge to sabotage you. It's actually a really sad defense mechanism. So, now that we've diagnosed the problem and we understand the psychology behind it, let's get to the solutions. What are some real, actionable strategies you can use to protect yourself and, more importantly, your goals? Okay, the first and probably most critical steps are to create some distance and just refuse to get sucked into their drama. You don't have to quit your job or move cities. Just stop sharing your big wins with them. Stop taking the bait. Your calm neutrality, which is sometimes called the gray rock method, where you literally become as uninteresting as a rock, that is your superpower. The core difference between you and an envious person often just boils down to mindset. They usually operate from a fixed mindset. They believe success is a limited pie. If you get a slice, that means there's less for them. Your best defense is to double down on a growth mindset, where you know that success isn't a pie, it's an ocean. There's plenty for everyone. Now, when sabotage does happen, setting clear, calm, and assertive boundaries is completely non-negotiable. Don't get emotional, just state the facts. For instance, here's a script you can use. I've noticed my contributions aren't being acknowledged in team meetings. I'd like to discuss how we can ensure all work is represented clearly going forward. See, you're not attacking them, you're just focused on solving the problem. So the big takeaway here is you've got to be proactive. First, document everything. A paper trail is the best antidote to sabotage. Second, since their goal is to isolate you, you have to do the opposite and intentionally build a strong network of allies. And finally, be smart about how you share success. Frame your wins as a team effort. It makes you a much, much harder target. Okay, let's move on to the final and honestly, the most empowering piece of this entire puzzle: reframing how you see their envy. This is how you really take your power back. When it's all said and done, the most important thing you need to burn into your brain is this: their envy has nothing to do with you. It is a mirror reflecting their own internal state, their own insecurities, and their own pain. And the research on this is crystal clear. Envy is almost always rooted in the envier's own low self-esteem, their anxiety about their social status, and this deep-seated feeling that your success is somehow a threat to their very identity. It really, truly is about them, not you. The philosopher Bertrand Russell put it a bit more bluntly, but modern psychology basically agrees with him. Malicious envy is often just a clumsy coping mechanism to deal with one's own feelings of inadequacy. They're not so much trying to hurt you as they are just desperately trying to make themselves feel better. And we'll end with this final thought. You see, understanding the psychology of envy isn't really about learning how to fight back. It's about learning how to protect your energy and your focus so that you can ignore all that noise and keep doing the very thing that made them envious in the first place.